My name is Michelle Bene, and I am president of the Art Docents. We're going to be filming your class today. Very exciting. We're going to be filming it so we can use it as a teaching tool to our other art docents who may want to teach the class, and we might also use it for publicity. So all of you can be as involved as you like. Raise your hand, ask questions, be involved, and enjoy the presentation. We have wonderful art docents here who are going to give you a fabulous presentation. You're going to love it. So enjoy.
So our journey's going to start here at the Palace of Versailles. Raise your hand if any of you have been to Versailles before.
Do you want more light?
It's amazing, isn't it? It's huge, and you've been there too. It's amazing, right? And so we're going to start with artwork from the beginning of the 18th century, which is called the Baroque period. Oh, I have a flyer for you guys to follow along because we have a long journey to take today. And Mrs. Straka is going to pass out the papers while you close your eyes, and we're going to move on to the next slide. I want you to just close your eyes and listen to the music. Close your eyes. Fermez les yeux. Raise your hand. I want you to look at this painting in front of you and raise your hand. Some of you might even know who this is. Raise your hand if you know who this is. Okay, raise your hand if you can tell me what do you see in this picture that gives you clues about what kind of person this is? What would you guess is about this person on the painting? Yes?
He's wearing like...
It's the emblem of the French Bourbon Kings. And then this speckle. First, let's compare the colors in this painting to the colors of the woman on the swing. Yes.
Well, in the woman on the swing, the colors like of her dress were a lot lighter, but these colors are a little darker.
Really good. Yes. Yes. It was more like pastel colors before. Yes.
I just like how the other painting, the woman in her dress made her stand out, and this one it's the red robe that guy wears and the white one.
That's awesome. You see this contrast that's both drawing your eye to the front, but also balancing out the white on both sides. Really good. And then behind, do you remember what those colors are? Your grays and your blues. Do you remember what those look like front and center in this salon? This is during the era of Louis XVI. Louis XVI. And here's a picture in contrast. Louis XVI's court is still buying paintings that are much more Rococo looking. And this is Marie Antoinette, his wife, and her 2 children. We're going to kind of go into now the French Revolution. I want to tell you, Louis XIV, who established the monarchy, he's famous for saying, "L'État, c'est moi." What does "c'est moi" mean? C'est moi. Yes. That is me. Yes, and so he's famous for saying, "I am the state. Everything revolves around me." Louis XV is famous for saying, "Après moi, le déluge." What does "après moi" mean? Yes. After me. After me, the downfall. He knew that he was like running on a runaway train and they could not keep this up forever. And Louis says, and his wife were just that consummate distance from the rest of the people in France. And the Third Estate rose up during their time in power. She's not really a woman. She doesn't really look all that real to us. She's allegorical. She's a symbol. She's a symbol of liberty guiding the people. That's what the name of this painting is. Liberty guiding the people in this uprising and emotional structures. And this one, in the way back, is Notre Dame, the cathedral, symbol of the church and the king, really, who was the head of the church. And they painted it small because the people are becoming more important than the church and vote. What if I told you the subject matter of this painting is light? And the light as it plays on atmosphere, on the atmosphere of this painting. In the background is a harbor in the north of France. Oh, I'm supposed to show you here. In the background is a harbor in the north of France. And then in the foreground, like you said, it's the English Channel. And this painting was seen at the first exhibit that Monet and his friends put together, the exhibit of the Independence, Exposition des Indépendants, and it was ridiculed by an art critic, and he said, that's nothing but an impression. And this one is Mary Cassatt. She was an American woman who came to France to paint. She found the Impressionists and she painted with them, exhibited with them, and was really just an incredible woman for her time, because women didn't do that back then. Yes? Oh, there is music. There's opera music that goes with this one. And the last thing, look at the color in the background. Does this remind you of any of the other Impressionist paintings we've seen? Can you tell who she was friends with? Which man was she friends with, do you think? Okay, Renoir, because maybe of the red in her bonnet. That's a really good one. It's somebody else, but that's a really good guess. Anybody? Yep. Pissarro, that could be too, when they painted together. But the green in the background kind of reminds us of, yes? Monet. Oh.
The official salon, and so I need to find 6 artists that will play the role of an artist. So, who wants to be an artist? Yes. So we can go to see.
You can stand by one of the pictures.
Big one.
This art. Okay. So imagine that.
Which one should I go?
Any picture you want to stand by.
So this is something you have.
So if you answer correctly, you get 2, if it's French, 2 tokens for French and 1 token for English, and none if you don't know the answer. They're very easy questions, like, what's this? They might point to it, it's a hat. You say hat, you get a point, 1 token. If you say the chapeau, you get 2. And then you also have questions. They will give you them, the guests, they will give you the questions and you'll ask the question in English. You've got 2
It's over 250.
Oh, I understand.
So now tell me what it is in French.
Exactly.
Okay, let's just see. If you're done, you need to move on one. Ask first question.
Which one looks more like cubes?
Inventions for 100.
Okay. So what process was invented to preserve images from the camera obscura? So remember when we talk about photography? So the guy who created the first photography gave his name to something.